Good morning and welcome back to another beautiful day here at Life in the Higham House. The weekend is officially here, and this Saturday, this is a work Saturday, and we are going to get some projects done inside and outside, mostly outside today. Gotta get the coop taken care of, gotta get the flower beds tilled over, because we're gonna have to be putting some vegetables into the ground soon. We picked up some blueberry bushes, got to get them in the ground, and so we've got a very full day. So let's get the day started. There's nothing better than a fresh cut lawn. Ours is done, our neighbors is done, backyard is done, all of this is done. Everything looks really good. Go check on our chicken friends here and see how they're doing. Girls? It's so funny now. They look like legit chickens. They're just small. And the girls are busy laying their eggs. Super happy with that. I'm going to open up their window so they can get some ventilation. Alright, so next things that we need to do. I'm going to till up the side garden because we are going to need to be putting some green beans and peas in the ground. And this year I'm going to put them on the side of the house where they're going to get full exposure, and they should do really, really well. They're already growing like crazy in the trays, so I've got to get them in the ground, which means I've got to get the tiller out, and we have to get the side of the yard all tilled up. So let's go get that done. Alright, so that wasn't too bad. We will get the rake and I'll continue to turn it over a little bit. But the soil's looking great. And we might go ahead and do a little planting. So, in this bed, I want to do two things. I want to put 2 blueberry bushes right about in that area there. And then I want to put at least 1, if not 2, of the peas, maybe over here in this area. The peas going up, raspberries, blueberries, and then the golden raspberries over there. And I think that'll work nice. This area gets sun almost all day long. A couple years ago we actually put our mammoth sunflowers here, and they did really, really well. I'll probably do that again, but I'll put them in the back so they grow up right up against the house. So we'll have the big old sunflowers, and then beans, peas, blueberries, raspberries, all in this little area here. And I think that's a winner. Just gotta clean up this bush here and around it on the bottom down there. Can't get in there with the tiller, so I'll have to get in there with hands. So, we planted the raspberry bushes but a year or 2 after we moved in, and we really haven't gotten anything from them just yet. The last year was not a great growing year, but this year we're really hoping that we get something from them because they're looking the best they've looked since we've planted them. And we started them from just a little like starter box. I think we picked up from Royal King, where it's just a clump of dirt with some roots and some shoots. They were not very big, but they've done pretty well. Now I'm going to put the 2 blueberries here in this space. But before I do that, I want to clean up some of the shoots that are coming out, because I want to try to keep the golden raspberries, I want to try to keep them a little confined. I don't want them to explode over everything, because they're thorny, and once they get growing all over the place, they're going to get viney and thorny and gross. So if I stay on top of it, we'll still get some good fruit, but not have the wild, crazy thorn. The black raspberries don't have thorns, but I still want to keep those relatively under control as well. And then we'll just let the 2 blueberry plants, bushes, grow and fill, and they should do okay here in this spot. It's pretty sunny almost all day long. So let me clean up this mess over here and some of the mess under there, and we'll get to planting. So we'll give these a try. We picked them up at Aldi's. They were $6. We'll see how they do. I think they'll do okay. They went in fairly easy. We're gonna cover them with water, and we'll see how they go. So let me show you the after. Got it all done. The side garden bed is done. Alright, let me go ahead and show you. So cleaned up the raspberry bush, got it all straightened back in, staked down, looks good. Coming down here, that is our blueberry bush. That is blueberry bush number 2. And then this is our black raspberry. Cleaned that up a little bit. And then what we got down here, we've got some peas, we've got some green beans. Actually, those are green beans. These are sugar pea or snap pea. We might be a little early. I think we're through our frosts, and peas are one of the hardier cold weather. So, and they could have been in the ground earlier, but we did have some cold weather come in, and so I did not plant them yet. But I think they'll be okay. We're gonna watch them. If we do get a potential frost, we'll come out and cover them. And I got some chicken fencing I'm going to put around them to help protect them a little bit, because we will let the chickens out still every once in a while, and I don't want them getting to those plants. So we're gonna fence that in so that they stay out. But now we're working on the bigger tomato garden right here behind me. Just started tilling this up. So we're not going to plant anything in here today. We're just going to till it up. It'll be the first till. I'll probably come back, I might come back and do a second till. We'll see how good this first one does. But here's what I'm excited about. Actually, I'm excited and a little anxious, because I have been composting in this flower bed. Bunny droppings, the chicken droppings, all of the hay. Every time we clean it out, it goes into here. Bunny and chicken. I'm anxious to see if that adds to the nutrients of the soil. It should. It should bring really good stuff into the soil. So, we'll see. It's looking pretty dark. It's looking really good, actually. So we're gonna get this all tilled up as much as we can, and then probably call it a day after that. I got some inside chores to do with the plants, and I want to start the next round of seeds, which is going to be a mix of pickles and cucumbers and some flowers. We're going to see if we can get the sunflowers going, some other sunflowers, the big mammoth ones, and then some other ones. And then Amy's got some flowers that we want to try to plant. And so we're going to give them a shot and see how they do in the Jiffy garden. All right, so let's get this all tilled up, and then we'll get inside and we'll take the rest of the afternoon to chill, because we've been working pretty hard today, which I love. It feels good, but I'm going to be sore tomorrow, so we got to call it quits here eventually and take the rest of the evening off. I think that's what we're going to do. Alright, definitely going to do 2 tillings in this. Got it pretty good. I'm going to rake it around, spread it out, and then come back next week, or later on this coming week, and give it a second turn. Problem with this is I love my little tiller, but it's electric. It's not super strong, but it does enough that it's good for what I use it for, but man, it is brutal on the arms because it bounces around so much. So I try not to spend a whole lot of time doing it and then walk around with like sore arms the rest of the week. So we're gonna let it kind of sit for tonight. We'll come back a little bit later in the week and we'll give it another spin. But it's warm. It's gotten to be like 80 degrees, almost out of battery. So let me bring this inside, let the camera cool off. I'll find my other battery, and then we'll wrap up the vlog. That's going to do it for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Got a ton of stuff done today. We got a lot more to do as we get closer and closer to getting our gardens ready. Now I'm going to sit down and try to map out a plan for tilling up the other garden beds, the cucumber bed, and then we're taking last year's pumpkin patch and we're going to turn that into a larger garden where we're going to do a bunch of things down there. So we got to get all that tilled out. But we're going to wrap this up. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to join us, subscribe, ring that bell. We got tons more content coming as we continue to work on our garden and raise our chickens. And don't forget, we're getting meat birds. And that's going to be an exciting addition to our whole adventure this year. So be sure to come back and watch for that. All right, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. This is Life in the Higham House. Later.